Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1964 Olivetti Lettera 32 vintage ultra portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Italy and one of the most iconic typewriters ever produced. This is the continuation of the 22, which won a few awards, one of them being the best technology of the last 100 years from the Chicago Institute of Technology. And this is just a more refined, more chiseled body. Um, then the 22, one of the top machines of all time, and this one has unique font, so stick around to see that when I get to the print section. Up top is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got two adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2. Right now we have it on 2 because of the font, which skips 3 half spaces. When you have it on 3, it skips 4 half spaces. When you have it on 1, it skips 2 half spaces. We're going to keep that on 2, which skips 3 half spaces. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the red indicator. Prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red when you have it in the middle. Prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Light and smooth. It feels like you're typing on a laptop. This is probably the most modern feel of a typewriter you can get, and it's unbelievable they made these in the 60s. Feels like it was made in 2026. So let's take a look at that print. We got cursive script, 12 characters per inch. Beautiful print. Rare to see these on the Olivetti Lettera 32. And this is the first year I believe the 32 was produced. It's got the smooth finish instead of the textured finish that they transitioned to, I believe, 1967. And this one is in near mint condition. The platen on it looks brand new. It looks like it was never really used. Somebody bought this, probably used it once or twice, and put it in the case until now. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that towards you, unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easier. Load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Also allows you to straighten the page if you load it crooked. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page, or else it won't load correctly. Got to flip this down for now. So let's take a look at that platen. A lot of people are concerned about platen quality because of how old these are. It's really hard to get. I'm not sure if you can see with the lighting and all that, but the platen looks brand new. I've replaced many platens with brand new ones, and this is what they look like and sound like. I did not replace this one because it looks brand new. Why would I do that? So um, brand new. It looks like a brand new rubber platen. All right, so we got a shift on each side, a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. We're going to put that color back on black. Backspace on the right side, super light and smooth. Tab set and clear on the left side. The traditional tab button is with the red button on the Lettera 32. Right now we have tabs set on 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to go through and clear each one of them by flipping that switch down. Super light, super smooth. So now we shouldn't have any tabs, but I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. So just flip that switch up to set, down to clear. And if you have Olivetti Lettera 22, it's the opposite. It's down to clear, or it's down to set, up to clear. This blank button here is your margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release button. It does allow you to type all the way past that to the end. And that also works on the left side. If you have your margin set past the 0, it'll allow you to get past back to the 0. All right. Open the hood. All the brand. Oh, so I wanted to. This one does have a 1 key because it has a cursive font, but most typewriters don't have a 1 key. They have the 1 key is your lowercase l, and the exclamation point on this one still is going to be Shift 8, which is the apostrophe, you backspace it, and period underneath. Open this from the front. You want to be careful. It's got 2 hooks in the back. This is cast iron, Super durable and strong, but it will break. Cast iron doesn't bend. It does bend, but it breaks as well. So you want to be careful with that. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left side, so it's pulling clockwise to the right. If you want to switch that direction manually, the side you want it to go to. Behind the spool, there's a little ribbon guide. Flip it towards the middle, it'll pull to that side, and that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece, and it swaps automatically, so you don't have to go in there and change it unless you have a problem. This One of the most important aspects of this machine is the touch control, because this is a super light machine, and it might be too light. You might be having a bunch of typos because of how light it is, and then you mess with this increases the tension. So I've had a lot of people reach out to me saying that they couldn't really get used to using this until they figured out the touch control, and then it was the best typewriter they ever used. So you want to definitely check that out if you're new to typing on a Lettera 32. Carriage release on the right side. This is an issue that I get to is you flip it down, it locks the carriage, but it's super thin metal. So if you ship these with the lock on it, then there's a good chance that that's going to bend out of shape, and it won't move up and down until you bend it back. So I don't even use that for shipping. I only really want to use that to center the carriage when you put it in the case, because if you bend that and you don't know how to bend it back, then you're gonna have a problem, and I'd rather just not even use it altogether. Carriage release on both sides, super smooth carriage glide. One of the difference between this and the 22 is this rides on bearings on the carriage, and the 22 has a rail system like an old school desktop typewriter. So this one just a little bit different of a carriage glide. If you push the button on the left knob, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space, same concept. When you move the line space selector all the way back to 0, it disables the spacing. Move it to the 1, you get the clicks. And this tucks back, so when you have it in case, it's flat. And you want to be very careful to do that because this will break. This is a high quality made typewriter, but it's still fragile because it's a ultra portable. This won't break, but this will on the next side because it's cast aluminum. And if you have this out and you have it in a case and it's being shipped or something, and that breaks, that's one of the most hardest common problems to replace. Number one, you got to find the part. Number two, it's even for the best technicians, it's not easy for them to get that out. It's got a little pin in there that needs to be punched out, and the plat needs to be removed. It's not an easy. So just make sure you tuck that back. Make a habit out of tucking that back when you put it in the case. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy or my new website, brooksawantiques.com.